Boy, it's cold. But this right here is the volcano nodule that old G. Noel found in an episode. And so on this video, we will be revealing this one. We're going to cut it. We're also going to show it gathered out in the field. Look how big that is. I can barely hold it up. Holy Toledo. It's a monster. It's a monster. But anyway, we'll have a few bonus cuts. We'll cut some nodules with old Covington Jr. But what's inside this big thing? Holy Toledo. Anybody's guess? What a monster. What a monster. Let's get this thing cut. Enjoy the episode. Please subscribe. Thank you. Now, we've got a good fracture here that's going around and through here. It's not good, but it is a fracture. And I had to put it down on that table so you can see just how big that is. It is huge. It is one of the largest one that we have found on the Evolution. And I'm going to do my best to put that in the saw to see if we can get a representation. But I'm going to try to avoid that one major fracture. These have been through a living hell on the planet. And let's see if we can find something of beauty in there. Now, I don't want to curse myself, but that's what you call a saw killer. That volcanic nodule G gathered up. And that's what we chose to do with it. So, by gosh, we got that one major fracture, and I'm trying to avoid it. There's a few other ones on this side, but the underside is actually pretty good. So we've freshened up old Covington Sr. here with some fresh oil. We addressed the blade, and let's get this thing cut. While we're waiting for this to cut, maybe we'll go and see the actual footage of where it was gathered by old G out in the field, old G Noel. Well, now I am officially on top of Castle Mountain. As you can see, look at the pretty material that is glaring out of this top. There's quite a bit of malachite. I just want to take you on a little tour since we're up at the top of the world. You can see it's banded within the rock. Okay, possibly a little chrysocolla. But as you look, you can see the banding eroding out of the rock. And look at that deposit. I might play with that big old petroidal one. Then we got quartz, pretty quartz. Quartz looks quite pretty amongst the green. There's a nodule that's eroding out of the rock. So, by following the science, I'm telling you, I'm up here and I don't like heights, but I had to peer right off of here. And this is cliff. You can see that. Look at that. Oh. This is forming, but you know what this is? This is a form of petrified clay. And that petrified clay up here at the top of the world, I'll tell you, I told old G Noel since he was down there by the pack, to bring the elk antler and my pack and his pack. I think he, sorry for the shakes. I think he's squealing a little bit. He ain't liking his job. But anyway, well, that's nice. Hey, at least he's paying dues, ain't it? He won the lottery ticket. All expense paid trips. Never did cook breakfast this morning. But anyway, he's not liking that job. I didn't think it'd be too much to ask, but he ain't liking it very good. So, anyway, well, I just wanted to let you know. Now, this is steep shit. This is a cliff, okay, and I'm on top of this. But I couldn't deny the science, and very pretty deposits, but somewhere around the face of this is a little more like that petrified clay that I always talk about. I'm always looking for it. And as I said, this is the first time, besides the crystal bug or something, but the first time ever that I've seen it being formed right on the very top of a very large igneous intrusion of some kind. This baby is peering upwards, like it had been uplifted somehow, and it's got that petrified clay at the very top of it. And that, for some reason, it was being formed before the uplift. That's my guess. So anyway, sorry for the wind. Everything's real. But what an amazing thing. But at least I got old G earning his keep down there. All right, so Garfield, he did a good job dragging the pack up. That's his second nodule of that size. And if you notice, he looks like he's bowling. But that nodule is a monster. Is that actually a geode?
Yeah.
That could be really cool, man.
It's dense, so I don't know.
Oh, it's dense, but you got a cavity in there. That one could really be pretty. The only thing that maybe these nodules may do is they may be a lot of quartz in them. But I'll tell you, look at the crap we're in, because they haven't traveled very far. So we were tapping in, even though we're on that steep ass hill, but they're coming from above. And now we're finding in this damn big rock slide. That's the first time ever I've done it. Learn more things, the more you watch the evolution, the more you learn. Here's with old Gene Ole. Well, he just picked up another one of his big nodules. And see, so look at the size of that. Just absolutely monster. What's going to be inside of these? I have never, ever seen, besides Brazilian, those geodes that have the big azimuth, I've never seen nodules of this magnitude. They're just absolutely monsters. And so we have to walk away. But what an experience to find this pseudoclame. Castle Mountain. The monster nodules. Now, an old Covington Jr., for a nice little bonus cut, we are going to cut this. And this was located on the Teton River, right in probably this episode right there. And we are going to see if we have a form of nephrite jade. I don't know. It's got some similar characteristics. Obviously, it is not emerald green. But let's see what we have in this one for a nice little bonus. Because that volcano agate nodule is going to take a while to cut. That old volcano agate nodule is in Covington Senior. We've got this one, but I wanted to show you again the Mitchell Weiss. bits of vise is holding everything at an angle. So we'll be able to trim that edge. That's probably one of the most simple, helpful hints that the evolution can give the general population is to make these little vices. They are very simple and very useful. Well, finally, the saws have stopped. And there's a story behind old Covington Sr. there. Woo! I tried to curse myself with the saw killer. But anyway, let's look and see what kind of material is in this. So this is real life here. As you can see, how that just sits there and holds that. This is what we've got here. Now, there's supposed to be all sorts of different shades of nephrite jade in the Teton River. But it becomes kind of hard to actually try to figure out exactly what is nephrite jade and what is some other material of some kind. So we'll break out our little flashlight, pop that thing there, and see. Well, we have some translucence. It is definitely not, doesn't look like any quartz that I've ever seen. I don't know if I necessarily like the color. This is actually pretty right here. This has actually got a real violet look to it. You can see how translucent that is. This material isn't near as translucent. It's got translucency better than, I think this is a piece of solid red jasper. See, there is no translucency whatsoever in that piece. But it's nice how it's such a rich burgundy. So, oh my good grief. Well, you know the story? The saw killer. We tripped the breaker. We did everything on this dirty, rotten son of a gun. And I'm going to show you, if you get a Covington saw, they have this little splash diaper. Well, if you notice, it's got a big tear in it. Well, that tear, since that agate nodule was the height of the blade, the old volcano agate nodule by old G, it bound the plastic, it's kind of like a visqueen, in the blade and the nodule, tripped the breaker, had a heck of a time. I would say a heck H-E double toothpick time getting that unwedged and getting it back in action. It did it about 3/4 of the way through. So I don't know if that diaper is a great idea. Now this one here has got a little diaper too, but boy, that one right there just absolutely, it made a hell of a mess. So let me get this door opened. Now you can see just how large that volcano agate nodule of old G is. That's a 20-inch saw. Well, of course, then after binding it up like it did there, got it going, and then when it fell, it was, it made one heck of a racket. I think the blade has survived, but boy, did I call that one. It was a saw killer. So, now, was it worth it? Let's see. Oh, come on. What a big son of a gun. And oh gee, why did you take that off the hill? That shows that this would have been more interesting. Always wondering what was in the volcano. Well, it is a bunch of dirty, fractured quartz with a slight bit of water lining. That's what happens. That's what happens. But look how big that is. And yeah, that blades are about $400. And it was everything we could do to not destroy anything. So I'm going to show you some jade pendant that I'm working on. Now, this is definitely prettier. See that? But I gotta shape that a little bit better. Kind of doing a little bit of a freehand. It's got a large intrusion, but it actually adds character to it. But it also tries to make it look lopsided. And then a lot of people like jasper. I starting to not care for jasper that much. Really dirty. It's a dirty. Every time I get quite a bit of jasper in the material, it cuts dirty. It's just kind of a dirt. It's a little bit of a dirty. It's interesting, but dirty. You do all that work, and you never know if it's going to be worth the effort. So, hey, thank you for watching. And, hey, a little suspense, but that's true life. That's the reality of things. Lug that thing off of the hill, and that's what you got. But on the future episodes of the Evolution, that's when that collision repair and something like old G's volcano agate nodule, maybe we can save that. And it's not going to be natural, but it'll be at least pretty. Because right now, So anyway, thank you so very much for subscribing. Please like, please share. There's more to come. There's a lot of winter, but there's going to be definitely an interface between collision repair and lapidary. So thank you so very much.